Dad found my stats somewhere.
Welcome, Tiger fans, to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. It's Go Night. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Chris Bell will join us at halftime and tell us about their mission to help St. Jude and spread the word about childhood cancer awareness and their mission with the Go program in memory of their son, Aaron Bell. It's a beautiful evening here for football at Jim Carroll Stadium. Memphis East is in town, and you're listening to the Central Bank pregame show. Back after this timeout. Welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. We're here in the jungle tonight. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, bringing you Hardin County football on a beautiful night for football this evening. A great afternoon as it's gold here, as the Tiger faithful will be decked out in their gold, and gold is for the Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and what the Bell family has done in memory of their son Aaron. And we'll talk to Chris Bell later on at halftime about their mission, the money that's been raised for St. Jude, and so looking forward to Chris coming in here. But we got a ball game to get to tonight as Memphis East is in town. Last week the Tigers opened the region and got a big win over South Gibson, 48-18. The Tigers improved to 3-0, looking to remain undefeated tonight before we go on the road for the first time next week. And guys, I don't remember the last time we opened up with 4 home games.
No, I don't either. I don't know when the last time was that we had 4 home games. And we're going to have 7 home games, I think, isn't it, for the season?
Yeah.
So that's always a plus, especially against a couple of the good teams that we played, early in the year. I think that's an advantage for you to play at home.
Well, Memphis East has a proud tradition of being a very strong football program, but they've kind of fallen on hard times the last few years with all the opening up, I guess, of wherever kids can go. You can go anywhere you want, and a lot of times when they do that, it hurts schools because the athletes get recruited to the next program, the up-and-coming program or whatever.
Well, you get a coach that's proven. I remember, Cedric Wilson was coaching somewhere at Melrose.
Yeah.
And, he really had it going on. He was putting several players into D1 schools, and it just was a factory. Everybody in Memphis wanted to go play for Melrose. And Cassius Vaughn, you would think, with his history and, being an outstanding player at Ole Miss, he's come back home. He played at East. He actually beat us and put us out of the playoffs when my son Mackenzie was playing his senior year. and now Mac's teaching at East. So I've got some inside scoop on East, and basically there's athletes all over this school. And he said, I don't know what's happening to them when they get on the field, but they sure do look good walking up down these halls.
Well, we do have a history with Memphis East. There's been 4 meetings, all in playoffs. The record is 1-3 against Memphis East. The first meeting was 1998 when the Tigers won 36-8. The last time we met was 2015, lost on the road 40-14. East has never played at Hardin County. All previous games have always been away. Coach Smith is 0-1 versus East. That was in 2015. All time, Hardin County has been outscored 106-136. 2008 score 64-36. That's the game that you're talking about. And the first time both teams ever combined for 100 points in the Hardin County history. Only other time a game exceeded 100 points was 110 points, 2013. At home, first round versus Melrose, we lost 60-50. So that's kind of a deal. And their call over there that I can remember is Code Red and Kendall. It's funny that you're up here with us in this game because your dad Dan used to be with me in the broadcast booth, and we were over there playing them one year, and they were right beside us, and there was a plexiglass window between us and the PA announcer. They were having a dance party over there while the game was going on. And as they got rolling, they would go, Cold Red, go Red. And
you heard it quite often, too.
And something bad was fixing to happen. But I remember that night, tell you a funny story about your dad. We were over there, and there was a controversial play. It was early in the game. And they got a receiver downfield. It was kind of right out here in front of us. The official said he was out of bounds. I think they thought, the fans did, we were on TV. So they start banging on the glass and asking us, what did the replay say? So me being me, I stood up and I said, you know what they said? He's out of bounds. So at halftime, I said, Dan, do you care to go get us a drink? He said, I ain't going down. That was the end of that. We didn't have anything to, no water or nothing. He wasn't going down there.
I think that game was the game my other son, Carter,
that was the game.
broke his hip.
Yeah.
And they had the ambulance there to come pick him up, and they were getting ready to walk him to the ambulance. I mean, he was having troubles. He was struggling. And I think Chris Roser's daughter, Carly.
She got hurt over there. Well,
she did a backflip, knocked herself out on the track.
Nothing good's happened at Memphis East.
And the EMTs just went right by Mac and got her and put her, so he had to wait on another ambulance.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. You go, fall backwards, son. And then when you fall backwards, you turn around and you go, never trust anybody. So, but this team.
That Code Red, going back to that Code Red, there's one. You remember their jerseys were red on the front and black on the back, or vice versa?
Yeah.
And I asked Mac after one of those playoff games, I said, what color were their jerseys? And he said they were red and black, but we saw mostly the red as they were running away from it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk about the Tigers a minute. A big homestand. Of course, they got a win early against NBA, and then a very good Giles County team came over here. They had been to the semifinals. Just unfortunately had to run up against Alcoa the last 2 years. It was a hard-fought game here. And last week, a very good South Gibson team that was, picked to finish 1 or 2 along with the Tigers in the region. And we put up 48 on them. Of course, they did have their quarterback out and a running back. But the quarterback that was here was in competition, and he played a lot anyway coming into this game.
I think the quarterback that was hurt was more of a running style. Which may have put more pressure on our defense than a throwing quarterback did.
But offensively, the Tigers have looked really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, we've been, I guess you would say, been clicking on all cylinders. I don't know an aspect of our game that's really been a focal point of our discussion up here. I think the biggest thing is just the efficiency of Carter. Is we go as he goes, and he's just been kind of lights out in layman's terms. But it's been fun to watch from an offensive standpoint. It's been fun to see our progression through these first couple games, and we hope to see that tonight as we fine-tune some things up against an athletic bunch over here.
You know, Kirk, we knew up front defensively Adam Harris, he was going to be kind of the leader on that side. We had young linebackers last year. They've improved this year, and then we've had to make a couple of changes at cornerback with the injury to Blankenship. And I think Robin told me tonight that he should be back. But then you take Jack Gray, you flip him over to the offensive side. He had 9 catches last week. So defensively, we played very well against some really good offensive teams. And, you know, last week I asked Coach Smith at Sports Talk, you know, how important it was to see the various types of offense and speed that we have seen so far in the first 3 games.
Yeah, you know, he made a good point. He said, we've seen 3 very different offenses, and the defense has been able to, you know, play against all 3 of those different styles. And I think a lot of it, too, we had mentioned, I think there's 20 seniors on this team, and just their overall understanding of each other. They know how each other smells by now. I mean, they've played since junior high on, or even maybe pee-wee ball on. And they all know each other. And it's, Kendall said it right, the efficiency on the offensive side of the ball, same thing is, I think there's a big trust factor. And people don't realize sometimes that in these offensive and defensive schemes that they run now, you don't necessarily make the block, take on the block and make the tackle. You actually take out the block, and you trust that that linebacker behind you is going to fill that next hole, and he's going to be there. And it's a little bit different concept than what we grew up with, where you beat your guy and make a tackle. Everybody has a gap responsibility, which is a little bit different. So this team has got a lot of those intrinsic values where don't really show up in size and speed, but they know how to compensate for each other.
All right, we're at Jim Carroll Stadium. You're listening to the Central Bank pregame show. The band is in the north end zone. We're a few minutes away from kickoff here in the jungle. It's Memphis East and your Hardin County Tigers. We'll be back with more on tonight's game right after this timeout. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. You're listening to the Central Bank pregame show. I'm Steve Cornell, along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson. And Kurt, we were talking off the air about what impressed you two guys the most, and kind of just repeat what you were talking about the Tigers so far through these first 3 games.
Well, I just think this is as good a team. And we've had, you know, like Pope and Hudson Wolf, we've had some really outstanding D1. Latrell, I mean, he's another one, D1. But this is, as a team, this group all together is one unit. I think they're about as good a team as we've seen. And Kendall was talking about the efficiency on the offense. You know, you hear guys all the time when they're interviewed, coaches say, we didn't execute those plays. Well, that comes down to coaching. And we've executed in these games. Just anything we wanted to do, run, pass, or throw.
All right, let's take a quick timeout as they get ready to play the national anthem. We'll be back with the pregame show right after this quick timeout. Sorry about that, Clark. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. A great job by the Pride with the national anthem. And we're getting ready for football here in just a few. This is a Central Bank pregame show. And just to expand on what Kirk was saying as we were going off the air, we had to take a quick break. But with this team and what's impressed you so far?
Well, I've got a little bit of bias. The most impressive thing to me has been Carter. I've got a heavy quarterback bias, but I'm just impressed by his leadership, not only by example, but he's a little bit more vocal from certain aspects of the game. You know, I just always admire the way he carries himself, not only when things are kind of going his way, but when things are not going his way, and that's been a thing that we've seen this year, kind of his growth as just a quarterback. But you know, it's one of those deals that we're going to go as he goes, and I think it's important for him to realize that is the case, and I think he's mature enough to wear that on his shoulders. And so it's just been fun to see him lead this offense. We've got a very dynamic, you know, offensive side of the football, and so it's going to, as these games go by, we're going to get more and more creative, and it's going to be really fun to see how far we go this year with him at the helm.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would almost go out on a limb and say it's the most efficient quarterback play as far as balance goes that I can remember. I mean, we've said this 2 or 3 times, and I'm still impressed by it, was that first game against Memphis Business Academy. He didn't throw a ball, like 20 passes. He didn't throw a ball that was not catchable. That's hard to do in the backyard. I mean, you know, and not only that, he's making the correct reads in that RPO. He used his feet in that game last week. You know, one of the things that was always is Carter's not the fastest, shiftiest guy in the world. He's big, long, and tall, and a great arm. But he was able to buy time in the pocket. A couple of throws that he made in this game on third down for first downs. He was being tracked from behind in a dead run, throwing across his body, making throws that you see on television. So I mean, as good a quarterback play as you can have is kind of the stimulus, I believe, behind all this offense.
Yeah, and just to, not that we're intentionally not talking about Memphis East, we just don't know a whole lot about them coming in to tonight's game. I know that they've struggled to win games the last few years, but last year they were 5-1 in their region. The 5 wins that they had were all in region play, but we all know we have struggled playing them over there, and they've had a rich history of getting to the playoffs and getting into the that 3rd and 4th round. But just over the course of time, now they've got one of their own that is back, Cassius Vaughn, as you talked about earlier. Watching him play in a playoff game over there, I think he ended up at Ole Miss and maybe had a little bit of run in the pros. But now he's back here trying to get this program back together.
Well, that's a big name, head coaching at a high school in Memphis, kind of like we talked about Cedric Wilson when he was at Melrose, and that's a draw in itself. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this team. I don't know if they're deep. I don't know if they play a lot of two-way athletes on offense and defense. I don't know anything. We said the same thing on every game we played because these are games we hadn't played them. I mean, we don't know anything about them. And as the game unfolds, you get a better answer. Other thing, going back to how we've been able to compete against these schools that we don't have a lot of history with, is the adjustments that have been made at halftime. That our defense, mainly when they struggle some in the first half, they've come back and shut teams down in the second half with the adjustments that they're making that they've seen in the first half. So, good job of coaching on one end and the players understanding it and being able to execute what they're seeing.
Other games around the region tonight, South Gibson will host Christian County out of Kentucky. Another region action game, Northside. Our next opponent will play Lexington. Southside at Crockett County, and Chester County will be at Dyer County. And that's a look at your Region 6 schedule for tonight. The band has marched out on the field. They've formed the T, and as the fans make their way down to the tunnel in the north end zone, we're just a few minutes away from football here at Jim Carroll Stadium. Memphis East making their way into the stadium, and the Tigers still in the locker room at the moment. So for that, we'll tell you, you've been listening to the Central Bank pregame show. When we return, we'll have the opening kickoff. It's Memphis East and your Hardin County Tigers right here at Jim Carroll Stadium. And you can catch it all right here on 93.5 FM, WKWXFM.com, the WKWX app, and streaming live on YouTube channel Slice 93, or go to WKWXFM.com, and the link is set up for you there. So we'll be back after a quick timeout with the opening kickoff. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. I'm Steve Cornell, along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, bringing you Hardin County football tonight as Memphis East is in town. They're in the south end zone, and the Tigers race through the tee, and it's football time in Hardin County. We'll be back with your opening kickoff right here on 93.5 FM, your voice for Hardin County sports. 5 FM. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson. And Memphis East is in town to take on the Tigers. The fourth of the 4-game homestand to start this young season here in 2023. The captains are out at midfield. The coin has been tossed in the air. I think the Tigers have won the toss, and we'll see what they elect to do. I think it's the first time we've won a toss this year, to be perfectly honest. We will take the football to open the game up. So the Hardin County offense will go on the field first. Am I right in that? I think it's the first time we've won the toss
This is the first time we won the toss.
First time there hadn't been a deferred. I mean, every team we played so far has deferred to the second half, and really, if they had scouted us, I would have wanted our defense out first.
So the Tigers will get the football first to open up here on Go Gold night. A tradition here each and every year at Jim Carroll Stadium. A lot of gold jerseys. Of course, they had the Go releasing of the balloons out at midfield during the pregame. And that's always a special time, too, as September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and it's special to Hardin Countyans around here, especially with the mission as Chris and Christy Bell keeps Aaron Bell, their son, which was a student here at Hardin County High School, his memory alive, and they have absolutely done a tremendous job with selling gold T-shirts, raising money for St. Jude Hospital in his memory. And coming up at halftime, Chris Bell will join us. I got a representative from St. Jude here as well to be able to witness this night. So Memphis East sets it down. Here's a long kick. It's taken at the 5-yard line. That's Heyman at the 20, trying to get outside at the 25. He's at the 30. He's going to be knocked down at the 32-yard line, where the Tigers will take over first down, 1st and 10 at their 32-yard line. Carter Smith will come out. He'll be your quarterback. Saunders will start at tailback. You got Weeks at one receiver, Rose at one receiver, Jack Gray at a receiver, and Whites, the other receivers. They'll empty the backfield. 4-man front for the East. Here's a snap. Quick throw out here to Saunders. He makes the grab at the 35. He's at the 40-yard line. Gets Ford's collar down after a pickup of about 12. But play number 1, it'll be Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
Yeah, just a quick hitter. Just getting it out there into your playmaker's hands. Still thought it should have been a flag right there.
Well, it looked ugly anyway. So first down, 1st and 10 Tigers at the 44. Now they'll put Saunders in the backfield. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Jacob right up the middle. Has running room at the 45. He's at the 50. He breaks the tackle there. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Jacob Saunders. He took it right up the middle. Made a couple of moves, and then when he hit the 30-yard line, that was all she wrote. He runs into the checkerboards.
He's got some speed.
And the Tigers get on the board first.
Well, I'd say that's pretty efficient.
On play number 2. Nolan Foster in the kick. Carter Smith will hold. Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 11-13 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers strike first. 7-0 our score. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM.
Tigers go 2 plays, 68 yards and a 57-yard touchdown run by Jacob Saunders, putting the Tigers up early 7-0.
So back deep will be Gary and Nealon for Memphis East. Foster will set it at the 40, and he getting set. Here's a short spiraling kick. It's going to hit, still on the ground, rolling around. They'll pick it up, still on the ground, and finally they'll gather it up at the 25, trying to make a move, and he's going to be swallowed up as Pig there to make the tackle, along with Kayla Franks comes up out of the bottom of the pile. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10.
That's kind of what they've been wanting on these kicks, for it to get on the ground and be hard to get up and give them time to get down there. Last week, kicks were a problem. We gave the other team usually around the 40-yard line every kick, so they picked up an extra 10 yards this time.
So Xavier Herron, a senior quarterback, will come out for Memphis East. They'll send 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side, tailback to his left, 4-man front for the Tigers. They'll hand it off to the tailback, trying to get outside on the right side of their offensive line. He's going to be knocked down, maybe lost a yard on the carry. That's right on the carry for Memphis East. Second down, 2nd and 10, ball back at the 24-yard line. He lost about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. 4-man front for the Tigers. They'll go 2 receivers now to the left, 1 to the far side. They're going from the south to the north end zone. Here's a snap. This time they'll give it to the tailback. He's going to be tripped up in the backfield. And that is Carter Durbin on the tackle.
Good defense. That's being 2-3 yards deep in their backfield with nowhere to go.
A couple of yards lost on that. That was Nealon on the carry for East. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 12. Clock rolling, 9:53 to go here in the first quarter. The Tigers struck on play number 2 with Jacob Saunders taking it to the house, and that's where we are right now, 7-0. Now they'll go 2 receivers right and left, 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap from the shotgun, right up the middle, has a little bit of running room at the 25. He'll be knocked down at about the 26-yard line, where they'll bring up 4th down. That was right on the carry, and they'll have to punt it away. So that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 8 for East, as they'll send their punter out.
Pretty good start, 3 and out, and previous possession, a 70-yard touchdown. That's a pretty good way to start a game.
Edwards will punt it. He'll stand at his own 15-yard line. Waits the snap. Everybody moves, and
now they throw the flag.
Yeah. Well, they had to. The whole offensive line moved, and they'll move them back 5. So false start against East, the Mustangs of Memphis East. They're in white shirts and gray pants and red helmets tonight. Tigers in their home, all maroon. Here's a snap. It's on the ground. Here comes some rush. They'll get it away. Almost blocked. Good high end-over-end kick, though. It's going to take a Mustang bounce to the 40-yard line, the Tigers' 40-yard line, and that's where they'll take over. 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 41. So 8:31 to go here in the first quarter, 7-0 our score. Smith will come out. He'll have Weeks and Heyman, Rose, and Blankenship now in the game. West, he's coming off an injury a couple of weeks ago, had a concussion after a heck of a grab that really might have turned that game around for us.
Yeah, it did. He made a great catch right at the ground level.
Weeks goes in motion left. They'll give it to Heyman, trying to get outside. He's got blockers out there. He stops, and then he's going to be tripped up as they push Blankenship back, and when he did, he tripped Cam, and the Tigers lose a yard.
That's a good play by their corner. No, outside linebacker.
Yeah, number 7's the one to look at.
So it'll be second down, second and 11. The ball back at the 39. Shotgun formation. Now they'll go trips to the left. One receiver here to the near side. Here comes Blankenship in motion near side. Here's a snap. Smith rolling that way. A little pressure. Now he's going to let it go. He's going to be picked off at the 40. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Man, what a read.
Yeah.
As they picked him off and they take it back to the 7-yard line. They try to get an out route out here. And that was a good play by East. They read it all the way. And they're in business. First down, first and goal from the 7-yard line.
I think it was the same guy that made the play on the sweep. Might want to go away from him.
So first and goal from the 7. 7:41 to go, 7-0 our score. Hardin, the quarterback, in a shotgun formation, 2 receivers, now 3 receivers to the right. Here's a snap, rolling that way. Fires, is complete at the 3-yard line. He's going to be knocked down there. We're going to bring up second and goal. Spread us out, rolled to his right, found his receiver. He just sort of stopped right around the 3-yard line. He picked him up.
Yeah, we're getting a pretty good cushion to be down there on the goal line. He wasn't really a hard throw out there, just kind of got it to him.
That was Nealon on the reception for the Mustangs. Second down, second and goal from the 3. 2 receivers right now, 2 to the left. Here's a snap. They'll hand it off right up the middle. He's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage and dropped there. And that'll bring up third down.
Right on the carry. Taken down by Adam Harris.
You know, that's
So Harris in on the tackle for the Tigers. He loses back to the 4-yard line. So it'll be third down, third and goal from the 4. So Herring comes back into the huddle. He'll go over to the sideline, get some play. He comes back out. He'll have a tailback to his right, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's a snap. They'll hand it off, trying something up the middle. Has a little bit of running room and is stuffed right about the 2-yard line. As Frank's got a piece of him, knocked him down. So that'll bring up fourth down. Fourth and goal from the 2.
big play if they can hold them on this, making that mistake with the turnover on the interception. And Heyman did a good job keeping the guy out of the end zone. He had pretty much wide open space. Heyman ran him down. It's all coming down now to that 4th and 2. Defense needs to step up.
So fourth down, 4th and 2 for the Mustangs after the interception. Tigers trying to hold. 5:35 to go here in the first. 7-0 our score. Tigers on top. Shotgun formation, receiver right and left. Here's a snap. He'll give it to their tailback. He goes around the right side and scores.
They sealed whoever was out there. I know that because he just jogged in.
So they get the turnover and they take it in. And they're a point away from tying this thing up.
That's what happens when you throw a pick on your side of the 50.
So they'll line up to kick the extra point. I'm trying to get his name, but I see his number, but I don't see his number on the sheet. Waiting to snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. Off to the right. So 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. 7-6 our score. Hardin County on top. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. 7-6 our score as the Mustangs get the first turnover of the game. And they
Well,
took
it looked like we were just going to be one of those slap your mama games where we just put it on them, but quickly it turns. But missing that extra point that always comes down to make it a little more interesting.
Thompson is a kicker for the Mustangs. So he'll set the ball down at the 40-yard line. He kicked it deep to the 5 the last time. So here's a low line drive caught at the 10 by Heyman at the 25. He's at the 30, trying to bounce it outside and breaking tackles at the 30 to the 35. Where we'll have it first down, 1st and 10 at our own 36-yard line. 5:10 to go here in the first quarter.
A little bit of a line drive kick that time. Able to catch it on first bounce, kind of on the run. Gave him a good start to get us in good field position.
So Cam is out. Saunders back in the game at tailback. He'll send Rose. Smith will. Rose to the left. 3 receivers here to the near side. 4-man front for the Mustangs. Here's a snap. Quick throw out here to Gray. He's got blockers. He dropped the ball. Hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it.
That's incomplete.
Man, he was there, too. We had a double-team block on the corner. He was going to have some yards. I think he saw that. I think he saw how open it was going to be, and he just started running before he caught it.
So now they'll send Blankenship and Gray to the left. Rose here to the near side. Saunders will be to the left of Smith. 4-man front by the Mustangs. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders up the middle. Has a little bit of a hole, and then it's going to close up quickly. And he'll get right back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Now White's back into the game. Gray will come out. So they'll go their double package, 2 receivers left, 2 here to the right. 3rd down, 3rd and 10. The ball at the Tigers' 36-yard line. Smith in the shotgun formation. Saunders to his right. Here's a snap. Looking downfield. Throws over the middle. Complete to Weeks at the 50. He's at the 45 down to the Mustangs' 40-yard line. So he got him right down the right hash.
But those two combination having a good year.
Yeah, he's got really good hands. He's got a bum ankle, and he's trying to play through that, but he has been a weapon so far for the Tigers. Now they'll go trips left, 1 here to the near side. They're going from the north to the south end zone. Saunders to the left of Smith. 4-man front for the Mustangs. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Jacob, trying to get some room outside. A little bit of a burst of speed right around the 40, and he'll be run out of bounds inside the 40 to the 39. Gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 7.
Thought we kind of had them outnumbered on the trips to one side there. They only really had 2 guys. We'll probably be back in that before it's over.
Here's a snap. Smith. Quick toss to Blankenship. Makes the grab at the 35. Still on his feet. Twisting and turning.
Attaboy.
And then he'll be knocked down close to the 1st down marker right around the 30-yard line. They'll spot it at the 31. It'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
Yeah, a couple of yards short of 1st down. He just wouldn't go down. I mean, he worked it.
That was Gary out there on coverage. He's the one that got the interception earlier. So that'll bring up 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 31 of the Mustangs. Here comes a man in motion. They're going to give it to Blankenship. Cuts it up in the middle. Still on his feet at the 25. Across the 20. And he just bulls his way to about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, give it to the man that wants it. He wants it. You can just see it in his effort.
That's enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 as the Tigers work it into the red zone of the Mustangs at the 19-yard line. 2:55 to go. 7-6 our score. Hardin County on top. They scored first. And then after a turnover, the Mustangs. Here's a snap. Carter's looking to the right, still looking. And now he'll just have to get rid of it. Tried to hang in there, and he got caught from behind. He had Weeks out here as his safety valve, but just couldn't get to him. And so the pass is incomplete, and that'll bring up second down. Second down, 2nd and 10 from the 19.
Kind of got up in their face there. Receiver kind of had a hard time getting held up at the line, kind of messed the timing up for the quarterback.
2 receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side. 4-man front for the Mustangs. And now we have a flag. What do we have?
Either they move, either they're offside or we move. One of the two. They
Offside. They must have lined up offside, so that'll cost them 5.
Offside against the Mustangs.
So that'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 as they'll
Second down, 5 to go.
move it to the 14.
That helps.
Blankenship and Wykes out to the left. Rose here to the near side. Saunders the tailback. Shotgun formation for the Tigers. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders right up the middle. Just lowers his head. And he's going to be knocked backwards as he picks up maybe a yard or 2.
Saunders on the carry.
They're going to spot him at the 13. So pickup of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 4 yards to go from the 13 of the Mustangs. 2 receivers right, 1 to the far side. Now they jump, and they go on the hard count. The Tigers are going to get it the easy way, I think. It is. They got them on the hard count, offsides, and that'll be enough for a 1st down.
Offside against the Mustangs will make it a Hardin County 1st down.
So it'll be 1st down, 1st and goal now from the 8. Clock running, 1:44 to go here in the 1st quarter. 7-6 our score. Tigers on top. They scored on play number 2, and then they've established a drive here with this one. Here's a snap. Saunders looking for running room across the 5. Rose into the end zone. Did he get in, or did they say short? I think they're going to mark him at about the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Good job on that left side. I mean, they're really getting a push. And, you know, a lot of the runs that we had gained a lot of yards, the front was doing a good job. It's just their linebackers were active.
Here's Saunders again. This time he goes left, cuts it back right, and goes into the end zone for the score. So the Tigers answer, and they take a 13-6 lead. That's Saunders' 2nd of the night with 1:05 to go here in the 1st quarter. Foster comes out. Smith will hold. Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:05 to go here in the 1st quarter. 14-6 our score. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 10 plays, 63 yards, and Jacob Saunders once again takes it in from 1 yard out to extend Hardin County's lead to 14-6.
I want to remind you your Sports Saturday starts right here on 93.5 in the morning at 8 to 8 with Coach to Coach Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis. They'll break down the SEC schedule for this week and go in depth of the Austin P. Tennessee game that you can catch right here on 93.5 FM at 4. But after Coach to Coach, you sure don't want to miss Sports Talk. Me, Kurt, Kendall, and Coach Smith will talk about tonight's game and what's ahead for the Tigers next week. 14-6 our score. Foster aims to the right, a spinning kick. Nobody is there. Nobody picks it up. And finally, somebody comes up and scoops it at the 30-yard line, where they'll have it 1st down, 1st and 10 right at the 30.
53 did not want that.
He did not want that football, did he?
He ran away from it.
So a good kick by Nolan. And they'll have it at the 29 and a half to be exact. First down, 1st and 10. 1:05 to go here in the first. Tigers on top, 14-6. Herring brings them to the line. 2 receivers right and left. Shotgun formation. 4-man front for the Tigers. The ball hits the ground. Now he's just going to have to eat it. And he gets knocked back to the 20-yard line. That one was at his ankles. And
Didn't act like he wanted to do
no, he didn't want that one either, I don't think. But he looked around and then got out of there. That's Carter Durbin that was in the backfield with him.
Carter coming off that end.
Yes. So a 2nd down, 2nd and 16, a loss of 6 on the play. Ball back at the 23. Now they'll go 2 receivers right and left. Tailback to the left of Herring in the shotgun formation. 4-man front by the Tigers. Here's a snap. They'll give it to their tailback to the right. Has a little bit of running room. Then he's going to be knocked down. Finally gets tripped up as Franks was there. And also Eliff. He ran hard, a little bit of arm tackling, ran through those arm tackles.
Yeah, Caleb got a hand on him there and held him up a little bit. Gave us time for Eliff to get there and finish it.
Well, a quick first quarter. That's the end of one. And after 1 quarter of play, Hardin County 14, East 6. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back right after this quick timeout. One quarter in the books. Tigers on top, 14-6 here at Jim Carroll Stadium. Memphis East has the ball. 3rd down, 3rd and 10 from their 29. Tigers will be on the road for the first time next week. We'll be in Jackson, Tennessee at Northside High School for a region matchup between the Tigers and the Indians of Northside. 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation. They'll go from the north to the south now. Here's a snap. Rolling to his left, looking for a receiver. Fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Had a receiver right at the 1st down mark, and he dropped it. Heyman on the coverage for Hardin County, and it looks like they're going to punt it away.
Good coverage out there by Heyman. He had him pretty much blanketed. I think he knocked the ball away when he got there. Good defense, gives us a chance to get the ball back.
So they'll punt it back to the Tigers. Knox Gray stands at his own 40. Tigers look like they want to come after it. Here they come, and he'll get it away. A high end-over-end kick that's going to hit, and it'll take a right, and then they'll mark it at the 35, where the Tigers will take over. 1st down, 1st and 10 at the 35. You know, Brett over here on the camera mentioned, you know, it's kind of dead here tonight, and it's kind of that type game where, you know, you've had a couple of big games back to back, and
well, I mean, East comes in here and record's not good. Everybody kind of going through the motions, but if we keep going through the motions, it's going to be fine.
Here's a snap. Smith in the pocket, looking. Got a man down the sideline. Complete to Wykes at the 30, at the 20, at the 10-yard line, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. As
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Well, he caught it, dropped it, grabbed it out of midair at the 20-yard line. He got caught from behind after doing that, and they'll spot it at the 12-yard line.
He was wanting to get to the goal line, but the ball wasn't. The ball came loose, and he had to juggle and reach back and catch the ball, slowed him up, got him caught, cost him a touchdown.
Well, they bid on the fake, and he turned it upfield. Here's a handoff to Heyman right up the middle at the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Heyman looked like the only man on the field moving.
Yeah. So they hit him with a big play and then come right back at him. And Heyman goes in for the score, and the Tigers build their lead to 20-6.
That was quick.
Foster will come in to kick. Well, we got a flag down. What is the flag about? Horse collar. On us? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went in the end zone, had a huge hole, just pretty much walked in. Nobody really tried to get him.
Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Our new score, 11-17 to go here in the half. 21-6, Tigers on top. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 2 plays, 65 yards, an 11-yard touchdown run by Cameron Heyman to put the Tigers up 21-6.
So Foster will bring it out and set it at the 45 after the penalty was assessed on the kickoff. I think. That's a long run by that official. Down the sideline. Now he's trying to get lined up.
Hey,
what is he doing?
well, he's running kind of like their defense did after Heyman on the last play.
He's kind of
He's
casually taking it out to no. So anyway, now they'll kick it from the 45. Here is a low end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 20. At the 25, then he's going to be knocked down at the 31-yard line. So there's the answer to that.
Another good kick gets on the ground. All those little pooch kicks, if they get on the ground, makes it more difficult and eats up some time. And that's what they didn't get done last week. But so far tonight, he's finding the empty spots and dropping them in it.
So we first down, 1st and 10 Mustangs at their own 31 this time to start this drive, trailing 21-6. They'll send 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. They're going from the north to the south end zone. Herring in a shotgun formation, tailback to his right. 4-man front for the Tigers, and I think they're trying to get a player on the field, and they're going to have to take a timeout. They didn't have everybody out there.
Hey, one thing before we go to a timeout on their timeout is wanted to shout out to Robbie and Karen Broadway's son, Judd. Judd's 5 years old. Hasn't been able to walk since birth. He's had a surgery at Vanderbilt. He's done well, and he's going to start rehabbing to where he may possibly be able to walk. He's a great Tigers and Tennessee fan, so he's one of our favorites. Good luck to Judd, and you keep going, boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep him and the family in your prayers, especially for that, and wish them the best. And If he likes Tennessee and the Tigers, I know I'll like him.
Yeah, he fits right in. He's a good.
I thought Michael Davis would come in behind me as Robin. First down, 1st and 10 at the 31.
Robin's got the skanky leg going on.
2 receivers to the right, one on the far side, shotgun formation. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking, fires long down the middle of the field. He has a receiver, and he's going to overthrow everyone out there.
Well, at least we know how far he can throw it.
Dace Cummings on the coverage for Hardin County, and Dace has found him a spot out there after Wes's injury, and he's done an outstanding job.
Yeah, that was great coverage there.
Yeah, receiver never got behind him. He stayed stride for stride. If anybody was going to catch it, it was going to be him.
That was Gary, the intended receiver for the Mustangs.
He threw that ball 55 yards. Looked like that's just about all he had, too. I mean,
That's emptying the tank right there.
yeah, he let her go.
2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Here's a snap. This time they'll hand it off, looking for some kind of running room. He's going to run right back into the teeth of the defense.
Did good to get back to line.
Yeah, Harris was in the backfield and kind of spun off of him and then cut it back to the middle of the field. And a whole host of Tigers on the tackle as Durbin comes up from the bottom of the pile. Looking at Carter out there, he doesn't look like he's got a lot of weight on him, and he came out from underneath the bottom of all that humanity. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. Herring brings them to the line, 2 receivers to the right, 2 here to the near side. He's tailback right to his right. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here comes a man in motion near side. Here's a snap. There's a whistle. They won't get this play off. And he took too much time. So that'll back him up 5. And it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 15 now. Well, they had a little bit of spark after the interception and scored, had some excitement, and then the Tigers came right back down, scored, and then they scored again on them real quickly. And
They're not. Their body language is not what
it was.
No, you're not what. Kind of taking their time, doing anything. Doesn't look like anybody's overly excited about what's going on.
Well, they travel well. Got some nice buses over there. Here's a snap, rolling to the right. Harris almost got him. He slipped him, but he won't slip Carter Pig. As Adam came in like a dadgum bullet. And then Pig cleaned it up. And they get him inside the 20 back to about the 18-yard line. They'll have to punt it away.
Adam Harris is going to have to get an assist on that one because he set it up.
Well, Herring saw him and stepped to the other way, and he's lucky he saw him. That's all I know. 4th down, 4th and 22. They'll punt it. Punt it. Who says put it? That reminds me of somebody. I don't know. Here's a snap. They'll get this one away. And it's end over end. We'll let it hit at the 50. Takes the Tiger bounce back to about the 47. I just thought of that.
Yeah, we're probably going to hit a wedge in there now.
Oh, my 1st down, 1st and 10 Tigers at the 47.
You're very efficient too every Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real efficient right now. My brain's an hour ahead than normal. Here's Smith. Fakes on the end of the rounds. Got a man open. That's Weeks, and it'll go through his fingertips right at the 31-yard line. Yeah, that play took a little bit of time to develop.
That was a sticker.
Yeah, I've been in Chattanooga all week, which is an hour ahead of us. I've been messed up there to get home, and I've been messed up all day today.
You got a new granddaughter, right?
I do, yeah. Yeah,
Granddaughter.
Granddaughter. That
Yeah.
sounds weird. Got 2 grandboys and a granddaughter now. My son Alex and Emma in Chattanooga. Shout out to them. Second down, 2nd and 10. Here's a snap. Saunders with the ball right up the middle. He's at the 50. He's inside Mustang territory at the 45 down to the 44.
Good luck, good run. Worked for every yard he got. Broke a couple of tackles. Broke one, got going, broke another one, and almost broke the third one. Good effort.
You had one a couple of weeks ago. I matched yours with one this week.
Yeah.
And, so we'll see what's ahead for my son-in-law and daughter over here on the other side.
I got
No comment.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, that grandson was 10 pounds 6 ounces. He asked for a bottle when he came out. He used to be.
First down for the Tigers. It'll be a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 as they'll spot it at the 43. 2 receivers right, 2 here to the near side. Saunders the tailback to his left. 4-man front for the Mustangs as they try to get lined up defensively. Now they'll go to a 3-man front. Straight drop, looking, fires, complete to Rose at the 30. Just kind of tippy-toeing down the sideline to about the 25 to the 24. That'll be another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10.
Good play. I mean, they've been stretching the defense, doing a lot of verticals, trying to get the ball over the top, and had success doing that. That time they broke it off, and, man, when he did, he turned the DB around. He was wide open.
First down, 1st and 10 Tigers at the Mustangs 24-yard line. 7:01 to go here in the first half. 21-6 our score. Hardin County on top. Now Carter will empty the backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's a snap. No pressure. Now he goes, steps up. He's at the 25, fires into the end zone to Blankenship. He dives for it, but it's going to fall incomplete.
I thought he had running room there. I thought he was. But when he knew where he was because he got the line of scrimmage and he started going parallel. He was thinking that Blankenship was going to, pop open over there in the corner of the end zone. He almost did. Almost got the throw in there. Hard throwing across your body like that.
So 2nd down, 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. Ball at the 24 of the Mustangs. Now they'll go 2 receivers right, 1 here to the near side. Saunders the tailback to the left of Smith. Here's a snap. They'll give to Saunders right up the middle. He's going to be hit, still on his feet, driving to the 20-yard line where he'll be knocked down there. Pickup of about 4. And that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 6.
That was something good to see. I don't know if you noticed it or not on that run. Saunders kind of an upright runner. He's not one of those low to the ground, shoulders first. But in that situation, he was able to get under the tackler and pick up another couple of yards. It's a good run. Adding some versatility to what he already can do.
Now he'll send Weeks, Wykes, and Blankenship to his right. Rose here to the near side. Saunders the tailback. Here comes a man in motion back in front of Carter. Here's a snap, straight drop. Looking, under pressure, looking for somebody to throw to. He kind of jumped up in the air, and then he got slammed to the turf.
It looked like he was going to jump throw to somebody out here in the flat.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody out here to jump throw to.
No.
So that'll bring up 4th down. That play never developed.
Yeah, they brought they blitzed off that left corner of theirs, and he came and he had to step up in the pocket, but it was collapsing the whole time.
So 4th down, 4th and 8, 5:34 to go here in the half. Tigers trying to add to their 21-6 lead. Now he'll go trips right, 1 here to the near side. They got about 6 or 7 at the line of scrimmage. Straight drop. They'll fire it incomplete. Trying to get Saunders on the screen. They picked it up, had a man right over the top of him, and the Tigers will turn it over on downs. So that series didn't look real good.
No, it's like you said, it's they're kind of matching East intensity.
Yeah, and quarterback kind of got an earful from his coach when he came off. So they'll take over on downs, 1st down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Well, he could have run the ball for about 8 or 9, maybe 10 yards 1st down on that play that he tried to throw to Blankenship in the end zone, which was a lot harder play than him running in the open field, and that would have set them up for another first down. And I imagine that's what Coach Smith was reminding him about.
Memphis East is trying to get a player in the game.
That's their
now.
quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looked like he ran in from the locker room.
So they send their quarterback out. They knew they were missing somebody. They were missing their quarterback.
About to
Now they're
get
trying to
flagged.
get lined up. And here comes a flag.
Got him.
So that'll get them back 5. And Coach Vaughn will not be happy about that.
Well, you know, that quarterback's a pretty important part of the offense. As far as
Yeah, he was down here at the end of the he came from way down the other
I
side.
don't know what he was doing.
meditate.
And Heyman, it was over there trying to get in the huddle too. Coach Vaughn told him to get back. He's sitting there talking to him. So first down, 1st and 15. This game has kind of lost what pace it had to it for sure.
The first quarter flew by, it seemed like.
2 receivers right and left. Herring in shotgun formation. Now he'll move his tailback to his left. Here's a snap. He'll give it to him. He'll try the right side. He'll be hitting the backfield and knocked down.
Good play out there on kind of a hard tackle to make.
That's Owen Roberts on the tackle for Hardin County.
Got out there and made a solo tackle on back. That's pretty good.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 16 at the 17. Herring has to be in shape because he's having to go to the sideline every play, and they're playing over here on the far hash mark, so he's got a ways to go over there just to get a play.
Might seem why the first quarter seemed fast. Was eating a lot of clock up.
So now they'll go in a diamond package left, 1 receiver here to the near side. Here's a snap. He'll roll to his left, fires, and throws it short of his intended receiver. So that'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down. Make some noise, Tiger fans.
3rd down, 3rd and 16. Want to remind you at halftime, we'll have our halftime show brought to you by Central Bank. And then our Tiger Report. Laurie Ann Pilkington will be up here with that. And also Chris Bell will be up here. And we'll talk about Gold and Team Aaron. And he'll give you some information on what they've raised so far in the selling of their T-shirts. Here's a snap. Herring rolls to his left, back to his goal line. Now he's going to take off down the field. Now he'll get rid of it out of bounds. Right about the 10-yard line. He had nowhere to go with it. The snap was kind of low, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll punt it away again.
We'll get to use our 4-minute drill.
So the Tigers will send out Gray. He'll stand about midfield. As the Mustangs will punt it away. With 4:12 to go here in the half. Here's a snap. Here comes the Tigers. Wow, got it again. He gets it away. Good high kick. We asked for a fair kick. And
Took a
he'll
knee.
take it there at the 50-yard line where the Tigers will have it 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 50.
Good job, Jack Gray.
It's a good job by their punter. He's been under pressure every time. He's got it out of there, and a good kick under pressure. So the Tigers will have it 1st down, 1st and 10 at the 50.
50.
Right at the eye of the Tiger. 2 receivers left, 1 to the far side. Heyman in at tailback. Here's a quick throw to Gray. Complete at the 45, down the sideline at the 40. He steps out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10.
Carter kind of double clutched that throw. Do you think
I
think the ball moved in his hand? He looked like he had to readjust.
Well, it looked like he wanted to kind of play action with Heyman, and I don't know what happened, really. 2 receivers to the right.
Heyman may have knocked the ball loose in his hand.
Here's a snap. He'll give it to Heyman. trying to get outside, just dancing around, and he's going to be knocked down, gets about a yard loss, or excuse me, a yard gain to about the 36-yard line. We're going to bring up second down. 2nd and 9.
You know, it's kind of bad.
36.
It's kind of bad when you're running back. You're being patient. You're kind of moving along the line looking for that hole to open up. No hole opens. You know, it just slowly gets to you.
Second down, 2nd and 9. Ball at the Mustang 36. Here's a snap. Straight drop. Now he'll tuck it and go right up the middle at the 30. Carter's at the 25, getting outside at the 20. He's at the 15, and he's going to be run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers, as they called the draw that time. He had a lot of running room.
14-yard line for Hardin County will have a first down.
Was it a call draw, or did he just
It was a call draw. Yeah.
or did he just see green grass?
It is a call draw, and he's lumbering down the field. 2 receivers to the right, one here to the near side. Heyman in at tailback. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Heyman. Trying the left side, has running room at the 10, at the 5, makes a cut there, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Heyman made a really good cut at the 5.
He actually, he could have gone 2 or 3 different ways, I think. Offensive line had really opened some holes for him. He just picked the one that was most convenient.
That drive looked a little better than the last.
Yeah, they had a little more mojo in that drive.
So that builds the lead to 27-6 with 3:04 to go here in the half. Foster in the kick. Smith will hold. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Our new score with 3:04 to go here in the first half. Hardin County 28, Memphis East 6. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Powered by Jones Motor Company, the Tigers go 4 plays, 50 yards, and a 14-yard touchdown run by Cameron Heyman to extend the Tiger lead to 28-6.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, the kid. He knows who he is, listening and watching the game in the Tetons out in Wyoming.
It must be nice.
Yeah, well,
I didn't get an invite, did you?
I didn't get an invite
That's
either.
what I thought.
Kind of upset. He told me
Yeah.
I need to stay here and do the game so he could watch it from his motel
that
room.
makes sense.
Probably his luxury motel room. Here's a kickoff, and it's going to hit at the 20. They'll pick it up there, moving to his left. Still on his feet. Then he's going to be knocked down, spins out of a tackle. But Caleb Frank's down there to make the initial grab. We appreciate everybody listening around and watching the stream all over the United States. And believe it or not, there's Tiger fans all over the place. Those that played here, that's moved on to other things, family members. And we're just glad that we're able to bring a piece of the game to you either by the stream or by radio or our website. But we appreciate everyone that tunes in each and every week, and we couldn't do it without our sponsors as well. They're so gracious to help things out and put this production together. Here's a snap as they get a little bit of burst across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. So good run there by the Mustangs on first down. They get it out to the 27-yard line, a pickup right at about 4 yards. Second down, 2nd and 6. Coming up at halftime, our Central Bank halftime show. Also, Laura Ann Pilkington will be in with us with the Tiger Report, and Chris Bell will be in with us as well. But we got a couple of minutes to go. Second down, 2nd and 6. Here's a snap. Fakes a handoff, rolling right is Herring, looking for a receiver. Now he's going to cut it up the field at the 30-yard line across the 35, and then he steps out of bounds, and that'll be enough for a first down.
kind of put us in that poison spot where you got a corner got to make a decision. Do I come up and try to get the quarterback, or do I stay with the receiver? You're just in no man's land. He stayed with the receiver, and that opened him up for the run.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Mustangs at their own 37-yard line. Clock stops at 2:04.
Kendall, when you were quarterback, did that, there was always 2 guys out there for some reason.
I never got that far down the field.
Oh, you did too. I remember, what was that game over there on that wet field that you ran for about 100 yards in that game?
Well, that's bad because I can't remember it.
Oh, the one over Memphis. Westwood, or who was that y'all played in the playoff?
Oh, at Raleigh, Egypt. Yep.
First down, 1st and 10. Here's a snap. He'll give it to his tailback this time. He's going to be hitting the backfield by Harris. Spins out of that one. And then Tibble comes up and makes the tackle.
You had a bunch of rushing yards in that game. How many? I know you know.
I don't remember that. We played Craigmont that game.
Yeah, sure did. That
Well, the Adamsville game here he had.
Yeah.
One of the local Memphis schools turned the water sprinklers on, let them run.
That was Raleigh, Egypt.
Well, we played Craigmont, but it was at Raleigh, Egypt. Yeah, and they turned the sprinklers on before the game.
Yeah.
Blue
They
skies.
were mad at Craigmont.
Yeah.
Raleigh, Egypt was.
Yeah.
Because they had beat them. Took it out on us. 2nd down, 2nd and 11. Here's a quick throw. Slant is going to be dropped right at the 40-yard line. Underthrew him.
You had a lot of rushing yards against Lexington, didn't you?
You know my memory's not that good, Kurt.
Oh, you could run when you ran.
I think we all can run when we're running.
Yeah, Kendall was a lot faster when they were behind you.
Yeah, I was. I'll say that much.
Kendall ran like a 4.940. And
if that.
But they were behind him, he was in that 4.6, 4.7.
Kind of like I remember Hunter DeBerry. Hunter could run about a 4.3, 4.4, but when he got chased, it turned into about a 4.2.
Yeah, that's right.
3rd down, 3rd and 11 for the Mustangs. 1:17 to go here in the half. 28-6 our score. Hardin County on top. Here's a snap. Quick throw. Complete. Looking for room.
Great play.
Blasted
Sam
right at
Tanner.
the 30. As Tanner comes out. Was that Tanner or Tibble? I think that was Tibble. That was Tibble that came up and made the hit.
13, yeah.
Well, we did our 4-minute drill in about a minute and a half. Now we got a
Tigers.
minute 12 drill.
Yeah, Tigers want to take a timeout. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 11. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93. All right, it'll be 4th down, 4th and 16 for the Mustangs. Back deep will be Jack Gray as the Tigers took a timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Jack stands around his 35-yard line. Tigers have gotten close to it a couple of times. Here comes the pressure. He'll get this one away. A wobbly kick. Jack gets away from it. Takes a Mustang bounce inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That was about a 20-yard roll on that one. That one hit at the 40.
Catch the ball and it can't roll.
1st down, 1st and 10 Tigers. 1:01 to go here in the first half. Been an interesting ball game to say the least. Their only score came after an interception, and then they took it in after having it 1st and goal from the 7.
This game is kind of like one of those games where they thought they weren't going to win, and we thought they weren't going to win,
Yeah.
and everybody here thought the same thing.
And everybody's just kind of going through the motions. Here's a snap. Saunders gets outside at the 20. Now he'll run out of bounds. Had a blocker out there, but Rose couldn't take on 2 of them, and they run him out of bounds at the 22. 2nd down, 2nd, and a long 6, maybe more like 7. with 56 seconds to go. Clock stopped there as he ran out of bounds. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers left, 1 here to the near side. 4-man front for the Mustangs. Here's a snap. Saunders again right up the middle. Runs into his own player right at the 25, his own lineman. Falls forward to the 26. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Are we going to call a timeout or are we going to let her roll? We may just let her roll. That's what they decide to do. 3rd down, 3rd and about 2 to go for the Tigers. Clock
They're not in
at
any,
30 seconds.
They're not in any kind of prevent. They're playing just basic 2-deep zone.
They'll give to Saunders again. Has running room at the 30. Breaks the tackle there. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Going down the sideline at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown! Jacob Saunders. What a move at the 7. He caught a defender coming at an angle and just put on the brakes and cut back to the inside as he was going down the sideline and runs it into the checkerboard.
Man, that was a foot race right there. I mean, it was a foot race with the guy that was chasing him, and then the far side safety coming across the field had an angle on him, and he cut it back inside and scored. What a run. Man, what a run. That was fun to watch.
I wish I could see Cassius, his eyes when he made that move right then.
I mean, my goodness, he was going down the sideline. He had one defender that had the angle on him, and he caught him. I saw him turn his head just a little bit when he did. He just made a stop. Not really stopped. He just kind of, I mean, it was a quick cut back to the inside. Now, or did they mark him out, or are we going for 2? They're going for 2. They fire, and the pass is incomplete. He had 2 receivers over here, Weeks and Rose. He threw a bullet, looked like it rose, and it goes incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is no good.
With that giving us a continuous clock.
Yeah.
That's why they went for 2.
So 34-6 with 7 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. It's go-go night here at Jim Carroll Stadium. Student section down in the north end zone, they've got their gold on, a lot of gold shirts here in the stadium. A great tailgate party this afternoon, also a Tiger Walk, a lot of people down there for that, and it keeps growing and growing. Of course, this is our 4th game here at home to start this 2023 season. We'll be in Jackson, Tennessee next week as the Tigers will go back into region play and take on the Indians of Northside. That'll be a 7 p.m.
Man, that run was, we was talking about everything was kind of quiet, kind of lulled, and then the Riddler got loose, and man, he's fun to watch.
Wasn't really anything fancy, but when he hit the outside, got through the first line, and that was all she wrote. Here's Foster. Here's a squib kick on the ground, being fumbled around. He picks it up, and then he's going to be dropped right there. So they'll have 7 seconds to work with here in the half. 34-6 our score, Hardin County on top. I want to remind you your Sports Saturday starts in the morning with Coach to Coach, Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis at 8 a.m., getting you ready for your SEC schedule. And Tennessee and Austin Peay later on right here on 93.5 FM. Following them at 9. It'll be me, Kirk, and Kendall along with Coach Matthew Smith. We'll talk about tonight's game, and we'll get you set for next week as we travel to Northside and then Tennessee and Austin Peay at 4 p.m. kick from Neyland Stadium. Here's a pass that's going to be complete inside Tiger territory to 45, but the clock hits 0, and that'll be the end of the first half. At the end of one half, Hardin County 34, East 6. We'll take a timeout. Your Central Bank halftime show headed your way next. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. We're at halftime, 34-6. Our score, Hardin County on top. The Pride is headed out to the field to perform for the home crowd. And you're listening to the Central Bank Halftime Show. Let's take a look at the scoring for the first half.
Hardin County wins the toss and they elect to receive. We go 2 plays, 68 yards, a 57-yard touchdown run by Jacob Saunders to put the Tigers up 7-0. Memphis East, they go quickly 3 and out, giving the ball back to Hardin County. But just after 2 plays, we turn it right back to Memphis East on an interception. East then goes 4 plays, 7 yards, and a 2-yard touchdown run to cut the lead to 7-6. On Hardin County's next drive, we go 10 plays, 63 yards, and Jacob Saunders once again takes it in from 1 yard out to extend Hardin County's lead to 14-6. And then from there, Steve, Memphis East was pretty quiet as they did not. They punted just every other possession that they had. Hardin County, they go 2 plays, 65 yards, an 11-yard touchdown run from Cameron Heyman to put the Tigers up 21-6. And then Hardin County, they go 8 plays, 53 yards, but turn it back over to Memphis East. And after an East punt, Hardin County goes 4 plays, 50 yards, and Cameron Heyman takes it in from 14 yards out to extend Hardin County's lead to 28-6. And then just before the half, Jacob Saunders goes 72 yards, and we failed to get the 2-point conversion, and that is where we stand here at halftime, 34-6.
All right, Kirk, your takeaways from the first half, rushing the ball very well. They hadn't been able to have any kind of running game whatsoever, but it's been the Jacob Saunders show so far.
Yeah, Jacob, he opened the game up in that first series with a long run and had another one in him there right before the end of the half. Yeah, it is the Jacob. The old adage that 3 things can go wrong when you pass it and only 1 when you run it. So, why not just keep running it if it's going to be this productive? They hadn't been able to really stop anything. Kind of disappointed in East. Looked like they had a couple of athletes, but not playing with a lot of motivation or intensity. And I think our guys are feeling that and just kind of taking advantage of it.
Kendall, I don't want to speak for Coach Smith, but going into the locker room, our passing game have quite as sharp as we've had the first 3 games. Of course, we hadn't had to have that to score with on a game like tonight, but you still want to stay kind of sharp and it just hadn't been there.
Right. I think a couple, other than the interception that Carter had there where the DB just read his eyes and he kind of telegraphed it. I think there's just been a little bit of uncertainty on what we want to do through the air. But, I don't know if there'll be too much worry or concern about our passing game when, just tallying up Saunders' scoring plays. He's got well over 150 yards rushing, and it's really a testament to our offensive line and the job they do up front, but obviously some things to clean up in our passing game as well.
Where'd my mic go? Yeah, one of the things, too, that I was curious about is we talk about the efficiency that Carter's run the offense at quarterback. But no quarterback, I don't care how good you are or talented, if you don't have time to find receivers, you're not going to be good. So all of that ability that Carter has to go hand in hand with what that offensive line's been able to do in these 4 games to give him just really enough time to throw the ball and find receivers. So you can't give 100% of the credit to the quarterback when the line's doing their job at 100%. So
yeah, we're down 1. I meant to mention during the pregame show, Sipes is out. He got hurt last week. He went down kind of early in that game and ended up in an MCL, so he's going to miss some extended time with that. We want to wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he can get back on the field. We got a couple more linemen that should be back next week. Murphy and also Reed Head should be back for the north side game just in time. But
another thing too is there's been lots of seasons that we've talked about it up here that the offensive line really pass blocked really well, but we didn't run the ball that effective. This group that's up here now, they can do both. They can give him time to throw the ball in pass coverage, in pass blocking, and then when they want to pound and ground, they can get after you and push people around. So it's testament to them about being able to play every aspect of that offensive line.
All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, Laura Ann Pilkington will step in. We'll have the Tiger Report. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. I'm Steve Cornell. With the call tonight, along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, we're at halftime, 34-6 our score, Hardin County on top. It's time now to bring in Laura Ann Pilkington and the Tiger Report. She'll get you caught up on all the other sports action around Hardin County High School this week.
Thank you, Mr. Steve. On Monday, the golf teams will be in Humboldt, playing 18 holes at the Hornet Classic. On Tuesday, they will take on Chester County and Lexington at Chickasaw, and on Thursday, they will host McNary. Also next Monday, the junior varsity football team will take on Scotts Hill at Scotts Hill. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock. Tuesday, the volleyball team will take on Liberty at home, and on Thursday, they will travel to Scotts Hill. For both of these matches, JV will start at 5, with varsity to follow soon afterwards. The Lady Tigers soccer team will travel to Jackson Southside on Tuesday for a 5 o'clock match. On Thursday, they will play Adamsville in Adamsville at 5:30. Students will not attend Hardin County schools on Monday, September 11th. Each school will host parent-teacher conferences from 1 o'clock to 6:30 p.m. Next week, the Tiger football team will travel to Jackson Northside. If you can't make the drive to Jackson, be sure to tune in right here on K93 and make sure you stick around for your halftime report with yours truly, Laura Ann Pilkington.
Outstanding job, Laura Ann. As always, you're an old pro. We're 4 games into this thing now, and I have taught you well. I don't know what Spencer did for you, but I've taught you well up here. So kind of give us a little feel of go tonight and the crowd.
It's fun. I love it.
Yeah, a lot better than it's been, and a lot nicer outside.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, so, next week we could take our show on the road. You looking forward to that?
I'll be there.
All right, well, you'll have to be there.
I know, but I'd come
You got
anyway.
a choice. You'll have to be there.
I would come anyway.
I know you would. All right, we appreciate it, Laura Ann. Good job as always. And you can join us each and every game as she'll bring you the Tiger Report each and every week. So we'll take a quick time out. When we come back, Chris Bell will step in, and we'll talk about Gold and all the great things that have come out of the Go program, Team Aaron, and what they have done for kids around St. Jude and around Hardin County with the selling of T-shirts. And you won't believe the totals that they've been able to donate to St. Jude. We'll talk to Chris, and we'll get a little insight on how things are going with the Go program. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. We're at halftime, 34-6, our score, Hardin County on top, and I'm in with Chris Bell. And Chris, always good to have you up here And I think you were gone last year.
Yeah, I was in North Dakota, and Christy was supposed to fill in for me, and she informed me after the fact that she did not, in fact, fill in for me. So
She did not. I looked around, and nobody was here. So I appreciate you coming up here. And this is a special time for you and Christy and your families. You know, it's not to go without saying it's probably a difficult time as well. But the spirit that y'all have had to keep your son Aaron's spirit alive,
right,
and the support of this community, and probably far-reaching from this community now with the Go Gold and the selling of the T-shirts. Tell us a little bit about where you are now with the number of shirts and the money that's been raised.
So far, 1,419 is the last number, which is more than what we did last year. So every year we think, well, it's going to plateau, and you know, and it doesn't. It just gets bigger and bigger. We're right around $15,000 this year, and our total, I think, for just T-shirts is $138,000. And then we've got team members. We've got a St. Jude rep with us, Dana Davis. She's part of our team, and she by herself raised $30,000 this year. So
Unbelievable.
As a team, we're going to break $400,000 this year.
Unbelievable that this has been going on, and such a tribute to Aaron. And you know, when Kendall's up here, of course, they went to school together.
Right. They were in the Classic.
And he talks about what a tremendous person Aaron was. I got to know a little bit of him.
Right.
And then I think on the golf team here at Hardin County High School.
He lettered.
And then, you know, and then you have, you know, what's a tragedy for y'all that turned into, I mean, everybody knows Team Aaron now. Everybody knows Go Gold. And the amount of money that you've been able to raise for St. Jude's is unbelievable.
And that's what we keep looking at. You know, if this hadn't happened, of course, we wish you were here, but, you know, we wouldn't have raised $400,000. We wouldn't have raised $138,000 in T-shirts. We wouldn't be doing awareness campaigns that we're doing now if it hadn't happened. Of course, you know, I wish it hadn't, but
yeah,
it did. So you do what you can, and that's what we do. And we try to keep his memory alive. Also, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a golf tournament October 7th, Team Aaron golf tournament at what used to be Shiloh Falls. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And so being a big golfer you are, you need to be there.
Yeah, I will. That's the first I've heard of it, you know. So that's October the 7th?
October the 7th. Christy and I are not going to Starkville that weekend. We're going to be there for the tournament just to help out with the Hafleys.
Now, is this on a Saturday?
It is.
And so what's the format?
Do you know?
Four-man scramble?
Four-man
scramble at Shiloh Golf Course, Shiloh Falls. And we'll get some more information out on that. They'll give me some information for, I know Christy, she sends me stuff, text messages. So if you can text me that, we'll sure get the word out, especially during sports talk as well as right here on 93.5. And, you know, like I said, what a tremendous job that you all have done to raise money to help other families.
Well, it's this community. We couldn't do it without the school system. We couldn't do it without this community, with the families that get involved. And I'm not even going to try and start naming names because I'll forget somebody. But there's so much support that we receive. We couldn't do without it. So, you know, this community is unbelievable.
Did you ever think it would keep rolling and get to this point that it has now?
No, we kept thinking, you know, we try to estimate numbers before the season, and you know, several years ago we said, well, if we get 400 and then we get 1,000, and well, the next year, well, 400 is because we make commitments. So we have a $4,000 goal commitment to Christy, and then I have a $1,750 that we have to come up with. So there's $5,750 that we promised St. Jude we're going to raise.
Yeah.
So every year we're like, all right, here we go, let's do it, and then we wind up raising $15,000. You know?
Right.
And so we mash our commitments, and you know, we've talked about upping our commitments, but I guess we're still chickens, but we shouldn't be because this community shows up for us every year.
Yeah, you know, through the sports programs and stuff, but our community, I mean, when people are in need, you know, people talk about small towns.
Right.
There's nothing like it.
No.
Because, you know, yeah, we know everybody just about, you know, things that are going on, but when this type thing happens and people need help, people step up, and it's corporate, it's individuals, and there's more that is just raised other than T-shirt sales. You got people, I'm sure, calling Team Aaron. They want to pitch in as well. I mean, there's several different ways that they can be a part of this.
The sponsorship, and then we also get folks who say, you know, I don't really want a T-shirt. Here's $100, and stuff like that. And that happens, and we just couldn't do it without it. And you know, every dime that we raise goes to St. Jude, and we send it through our Team Aaron team, and we post it on, and it's, you know, transparent. Everybody can see it.
So reaching close to $500,000, right?
For the team, yes.
For the team,
yeah. The T-shirts 138. For the team, we're at 400,000.
Wow.
We'll be over 400,000.
Well, we'll see if we can get $500,000 next year.
That's exactly
Get it
right.
on up there. Chris, I appreciate you coming up here each and every year. Missed you last year, and
I didn't kill a deer.
Oh, well, there you go. So you should have been here.
Should have been here.
Yeah, but we appreciate everything you and Christy do. Christy and I go back a long ways and graduated together, and so, you know, I'm just appreciative and kind of in awe of what you've done. You know, this is your way to cope and to help with others, and getting the word out.
And we keep meeting families. We met another family last year at the run that had the child had the same tumor as Aaron, and so she's been asking ideas how to raise money because they have their team now. So we're still meeting folks. We're still trying to help others as they come into this world and do all we can. And in this community as well, when we meet families and children, you know, we're always open to help. We're always here to give them any kind of advice that they think we could give, and talk to them any way we can.
Exactly. Well, it's a special night here at Jim Carroll Stadium. And, Chris, I appreciate you and Christy coming up here, and your guests from St. Jude, and all the things that St. Jude Hospital does for kids all over the world. And it's a special place, and they're going to keep fighting. They need money, and, you know, we'll do what we can, and I know our community will always step up. So, I guess y'all heading to Starkville tomorrow?
Yeah, we've got,
you got a plane? You catching a plane?
Yeah, we're going to be catching a plane this evening because you have to have the commitment when you, on weekends in SEC, when you go, you have to get a 2-night stay. So we might have a room tonight that's waiting on us. So we got Arizona tomorrow. Just kind of see what this team's really about with this new offense, and see what we're. All right,
man. I appreciate it. Have a safe trip to Stark Vegas, and I'd like to say I'm pulling for you. I don't know that I can.
Well, that's
I'll pull for Christy. She's a Tennessee fan by heart.
Well, I converted her.
Well, I don't know. You can't ever convert. She's just playing you.
There's 32-year ruse.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you coming in here, and thanks for all the great work. And kind of a bittersweet time, but y'all done an outstanding job to help others.
We appreciate it, and it's a blessing to us just to be able to do this.
That's Chris Bell with Team Aaron, and go tonight, and what a special night here at Jim Carroll Stadium. We're at halftime. 34-6 our score. Tigers on top. We'll have the second half kick when we return right here on 93.5 FM. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. I'm Steve Cornell, along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, and Brett Cornell on the camera tonight. Appreciate Brett coming in, helping us with our stream, and also Christian Kurt from time to time. As the Tigers on top, 34-6, as they'll kick to the Mustangs to start the second quarter. Now we'll get us a football out here. We can't do it without a football. And they keep looking back. I don't know what they're doing. What are they doing? Keep looking back to the white hat back there. See if they will give them the word. So they finally give Nolan the ball. Tigers had a big first half. Jacob Saunders and Cam Heyman. All rushing TDs, I think, in the first half. And hadn't really had to do anything else, Ken.
Nope, it's been a rushing game.
Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be hit by the Mustang player, and it's in the air and on the ground. And we've got somebody down there. Who is that? I think it's our ball. It looks like Sam Tanner. And it is Hardin County football on the fumble kickoff. Hit him right in the shoulder pads, bounced up in the air. He reached for it, but Sam Tanner was quickly down the field, and the Tigers get it on the turnover. So we each got a turnover now. We can see if we can do something with ours. First down, 1st and 10 from our own 30 or from their 32-yard line. We're going from the south to the north end zone. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Saunders in at tailback, 4-man front for the Mustangs. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking. He'll drop it off to Saunders at the 35, cuts back at the 30, and then it'll be spun down at the 28-yard line. Good pickup on first down, pickup of about 3, maybe 4.
This guy game, Steve, when you see Saunders get the ball, you think it's going to go off.
Yeah,
Every time he touches, it's like, oh, here we go again.
Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 7 at the Mustang 28. 2 receivers right, 1 here to the near side. Here's a snap, high snap. He'll pull it down. Here goes Saunders at the 25. He's at the 20, cuts back at the 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. Jacob Saunders having himself a night.
I'm glad I brought that up. There's another example. I mean, every time he touches it, it's almost like home run. Or at least you think it's going to be.
Just an off-tackle run. He got space, and when he did, he turned on the jets, went into the end zone, and now we have a Mustang down on the field in the end zone. He's the one that actually hit Saunders. He took the punishment, and he'll get up and walk off the field. So the Tigers turn the turnover into points, and they push the lead to 40-6.
Saunders may get one of those game of the week balls.
He should. He's had a big night. Now we're going to go for 2. No. Now we'll go for 1 as Foster's out on the field. Smith will hold. Snap is down. The kick is up, and the kick
No good.
is good. Got it through the left upright. It was a line driver hooking.
Didn't look good, did it?
Now 11:14 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hardin County 41. Memphis East 6. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Powered by Jones Motor Company, the Tigers go 2 plays, 32 yards, and Jacob Saunders once again goes in from 29 yards out to extend the Tiger lead to 41-6.
So 2 weeks in a row, the Tigers have put up over 40 points. Last week, a lot of it was done by the air, and this week it's been all Saunders. The offensive line exerting themselves tonight. Here is a squib kick on the ground, and it's going to be down at the 40-yard line. I think we're just trying all kind of different types of kicks, I would hope. Almost looked kind of like he wanted an onside kick it there for a minute. I'm not sure. Apparently that's what he meant to do. They get it at the 39-yard line to start their first drive here in the second half. First down, 1st and 10 Mustangs. Herring brings them out. He's in the shotgun. He empties the backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. They're going from the north to the south end zone. 4-man front. Here's a snap. Quick throw over the middle. Complete at the 42. Still on his feet, and he's going to be ridden down right there at about the 44-yard line.
We're into the continuous clock now, aren't we?
We should be.
That's Parker Girls on the tackle.
What is it, 35, 33?
30 now. Empty backfield. Here's a snap. Quick throw. Complete right at the first down marker. There's a good catch right there by Salisbury. And it's just going to be about a yard short. So it'll be third down, third and about 2. They'll send 2 receivers to the right. And they picked up the pace here in this series. 2 receivers. Now they'll go 3 right, 2 left. Here's a snap. Rolling to his right. Flares it out to the inside receiver. And he's going to be hit and knocked down. I think he may have lost a yard. It's complete to Ross, but it'll be 4th down, just short of the first down sticks. It looks like about 4th and 1. Yeah, he needs the 49. The ball is spotted at the 48. So 4th down, 4th and 1 for the Mustangs. They're going to go for it.
Why not?
Yeah. With 9:08 to go here in the third quarter. 2 receivers right and left, empty backfield. Now they've got 3 receivers to the left. Here's a snap. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. He'll have the first down as he goes inside Tiger territory to our 49. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 on the run by Herring. Second first down of the series.
Good call.
Goheen on the tackle for Hardin County. Herring looking over at his coach, comes out. Now he'll turn around and go back and talk to Coach Vaughn. He'll send him back out with the play. Clock running, 8:20 to go here in the third quarter. Herring in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the far side. Tigers getting lined up, 4-man front. Here's a snap, straight drop. Quick throw, complete at the 46-yard line. A pickup of about 3 on the passing catch. It'll be second down, 2nd and 7. Empty backfield again. Tigers trying to get lined up. They're spreading us out. Here's a snap. He'll roll to his left. Got some room to run. Now he's going to throw it downfield. He's got a man open at the 20 and overshoots him.
Yeah, somebody bust there. I mean,
that was Cummings out there on coverage. But, yeah, boy, they had us sealed off over here if he wanted to run on that right side of our defensive line.
That ran right. It's like we let him go deep, like the safety was going to be there, but the safety was – if the safety had that outside deep coverage, he was late getting there.
So it'll be third down, 3rd and 8. Empty backfield for the Mustangs. Here's a snap, rolling left. Looking downfield, he's going to take off down the sideline. This time he's going to be hammered out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And the official. He did a good job staying on his feet.
Yep. Coach Vaughn over there wanting a penalty. I think he thought he might have hit him a little late. But it'll bring up 4th down as he goes out of bounds. Took everybody out over there. Now they set up the chains at the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 4 for the Mustangs. 6:25 to go here in the third. Hardin County on top, 41-6. Saunders has, 4 on the night so far? Rushing touchdowns.
That's correct.
4th down, 4th and 4. Empty backfield. Straight drop. Looks under pressure. And he's going to be sacked. This time they get him back as couldn't find an open receiver.
Jackson on sack. Tigers will take over on downs.
And that's Johnson on the sack for the Tigers, and will take over on downs. First down, 1st and 10 at the Mustangs 46-yard line. So they came out, Kurt, running really quick, short passes, real effective, gets a couple of first downs, but a 4th and 4 we bring the blitz.
Yeah, we were okay with that too. I think we would let them have those 3 and 4 yard passes all the rest of the night. They weren't going to win doing that. They tried to stretch the field, had the guy open, just missed the throw.
Brody Ivy in the game now for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Grissom, the new tailback, and he'll pick up a couple. Grisham on the carry. He's been a pleasant surprise, you know, from the game with McNary.
Yeah, I mean,
And
he can run.
Yeah, then a couple of times he's come in the game.
We've really got 3 backs that are very capable of being efficient on the ground.
Pick up a 3, second down, 2nd and 7. Ivy in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Here's a snap. Grisham again, right up the middle. He's just trying to lower his head, gets close to the 40. They're going to spot him at the 41. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 5, maybe 6. Maddox Ruddle in the game now for the Tigers, along with Corbin Smith, and I'm trying to get all the other numbers. We'll get those in a minute. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Here's a snap. Brody Ivy fires. Got a man open and a diving grab attempt by Smith right at the 35, and it falls to the ground. He's a long, lanky thing, but couldn't do anything with that one, and the Tigers will punt it away on 4th down. 4th down, 4th and 5. They'll send Saunders out to punt it for the Tigers.
First punt of the night.
Back deep is Anthony Campbell for the Mustangs. They'll bring everybody to the line. They're going to try to go after this one. Here's a snap, no pressure. He'll get it away. An end over end kick. It's going to be taken at the 15. Ask for a fair catch there. And it'll be 1st down, 1st and 10 at the 17. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. You listen to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. A quick 30 seconds. I've changed my mind. 1:15. 2:23 to go here in the 3rd. 41-6 our score. The Mustangs have it. 1st down, 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. A lot of new Tigers in the game now for this series. Here's a quick throw, complete at the 25-yard line. Dives forward to about the 26. Dace Cummings makes the tackle. I see Riley McCain out there, Carter Pigg, Ben Benson out there, Maddox Ruddle out here at corner, Gavin Oliver out there as well. Here's a 2nd down pass. It's going to go off the fingertips of his intended receiver.
That could have been 6 right there. Came off his hands toward the sideline. We could have picked that. That'd just been a cakewalk to the end zone.
So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 2. The ball spotted at the 26 of the Mustangs. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers have the only score so far here in the 3rd with the run by Saunders. So they'll empty the backfield now. 3 receivers left to the right. Here's a snap. He'll roll to his left, still on his feet. He's going to keep it this time. Has a 1st down, ducks his head at the 30 and runs out of bounds. and that'll be enough for a first down for the Mustangs. Into the game comes Baylor Rasback. He'll come into the game for Hardin County. Also Landon Murphy in the game now for the Tigers. First down, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. The ball at their own 30. Herring rolls to his right, complete at the 30-yard line. He's going to be knocked out of bounds and pickup of a couple. That's Hunter Adams on the tackle for the Tigers. As the clock strikes 0 here in the third quarter, that'll be the end of 3 quarters of play. Hardin County 41, Memphis East 6. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this.
All right, you can bring it back, Clark.
.11:34 to go here in the ball game tonight. 41-6 our score. As the Mustangs have it second down, 2nd and 10 at their 33-yard line. It's been a great night here for Hardin County football. Go, go. Appreciate Chris Bell coming up here and Christy. And getting us caught up over $400,000 I think they've raised so far.
That's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right and left. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's the snap, looking to throw, fires, complete, and then incomplete at the 40. Good coverage over there by Cummins. Had him for a second. Dice broke it up. And that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10. So most of the Tiger starters are out here in this half, and they'll turn their attention to Northside next week as we'll be back in region play. I don't know what kind of score. I know Northside and Lexington were hooking up over there. Big region matchup, and Lexington down the road for the Tigers. So the Tigers will be on the road for the first time next week. It'll be a 7 p.m. kick. Here's a snap, 3rd down play. Herring throws over the middle and just slightly behind his intended receiver around the 45, broken up there.
This is late in the third quarter, but Lexington leads Northside 17-6.
Baylor Rasback on the coverage for the Tigers. 4th down, 4th and 10, and the Mustangs will punt it away with 9:39 to go. We've had a running clock here in this second half. Back deep is Gray. I will say this, their punt team and their kicking game has been very good. Here's a snap. A little bit of pressure. Here's a low kick this time. It's going to hit. We'll get away from it, and it'll go inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line where the Tigers will have it first down, 1st and 10.
If Jack Gray had filled that on the bounce, I think he could have scored. Their whole punt team was between the hashes coming down, just strung out. He picks that up and takes off down this right side. I don't know if anybody would have caught him because he's fast.
Coming up in the morning, your Sports Saturday starts on 93.5 FM with Coach to Coach at 8, Sports Talk at 9, and then Tennessee football tomorrow afternoon. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. Grisham in the game for the Tigers at tailback. Brody Ivy in at quarterback. Receiver left, 2 to the right. Here's a snap. Handoff. Grisham left side. Spins out of a tackle at the 25. And then he'll be stacked up there around the 26-yard line. Where will be second down? 2nd and about 7. I'll pick up a 3 on the carry. So we got this game, and then we go on the road. Northside coming up. That's always a tough place to go play. And being a region game. And
First road game, too.
Yeah.
What does their season look like so far?
They've had a good season so far, but they're down to Lexington right now. So
here's a snap. Grisham trying to get outside. He's going to be corralled there and lose a couple of yards back to the 23. Well, the thing is, you want to catch them early in the season and not late.
Yeah.
They've had a history of going on a run late in the season after the first half of the season anyway.
Different coach, though.
Yeah, new coach.
Than what we're used to. So, I mean, anything could be maybe a whole change.
And you know, I wonder how much JCM, since they've got their team back the last couple of years, how much that's played in the numbers of.
Oh, I'm sure. Look at Liberty. I mean, Liberty's down to nothing.
Here's a snap, 3rd down. Here's a handoff. Has a little bit of running room at the 25. He'll be caught from behind. That's Grissom, and that'll bring up 4th down. I'm sure we'll punt it away. Yeah, they'll send Saunders out on 4th down. 6:40 to go here in the game. Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by Central Bank as we'll look at the scoring plays of tonight's game, get you set for next week, like we said, going to Northside. And what's ahead for 93.5 as we get into your football weekend. So Saunders will stand about his 12-yard line, and he'll get ready to punt it away. No pressure. A good spiraling kick. Turns it over. He'll get it at the 32-yard line. We'll ask for a fair catch there, and it'll be first down, 1st and 10 East with 5:50 to go here in the game.
I'd like to recognize your Tiger motion, Captain Sidney Beth Tidwell.
So the Tigers coaching staff getting to look at a lot of young talent in these type games. You get pretty deep in the roster in games like this, don't you, Kendall?
Yeah, but officials kind of have that same enthusiasm. That ball was caught almost over here close to the near hash.
Yeah.
But the official was standing over there in the middle, so he just spotted it.
Right there in the middle.
Yeah, he just spotted it where he was standing.
So first down, 1st and 10. Herring in the shotgun formation. Man comes in motion. Here's a quick strike to him, and it's going to go incomplete. They were going to try a screen pass, and didn't work.
Wide receiver screen, and we had as many wide receivers there as they did.
So it falls incomplete. That'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10. Herring's had a long night. I wonder how many steps he's had.
I wish
tonight.
we had an Apple Watch on him.
Second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
I wish we'd had a clock on Saunders on that run down the sidelines there tonight.
Nate Austin now into the game for the Tigers. Out here at defensive back. Here's a snap. Looking right at Nate, and it's going to fall incomplete as he just short hopped his receiver at the 42.
Who's got the, I'm sure Robbie's got the rushing touchdowns in the game. Do you know of that?
I don't know that, but that would be a good guess.
That would be the guy.
That'd be the guy. Chris Kenny in the game for the Tigers.
Saunders got more touchdowns in this game than we used to score in 2 or 3 games. A prolific offense compared to those old ground and pound days.
Third down, 3rd and 10. The ball at the 33. Their own 33. Now they go 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tigers trying to get lined up. Here's a snap. Fires over the middle.
That was a good
Boy, he
pass.
had a receiver right there at the 50-yard line. He kind of short-armed it. And that'll bring up 4th down. Yeah, that was a good pass. He had him right at the 50 and just couldn't come up with the catch. So that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 10. Under 3 minutes to go now here in the game. Tigers are going to win their 4th in a row to start this 2023 season. Here's a snap. Straight drop by Herring. Now he'll be flushed out on the run at the 30-yard line. He's going to dump it over the middle, and it's going to be tipped and then incomplete. And the Tigers will take over on downs at the 33.
I think the only guy on their side that catches the ball is that one that intercepted the pass.
Yeah, number 12.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anybody else much be able to handle any kind of pass.
First down, 1st and 10 Tigers. Ivy in the shotgun formation. Receiver left, 2 here to the near side. Tailback to his left. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Grisham right up the middle. He's going to be wrestled to the ground. Maybe lost a yard on the carry. So that'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 11. Lost a yard.
Only a minute and a half to go.
Ben White in the game now for Grisham. He'll come out. Ivy looking over to the sideline. We'll have to run at least one more play. So they go 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. They're going from the north to the south. End zone. Under a minute to go now here in the game. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. They'll give it to the tailback, and he's going to be hit right as they handed it off.
It's the same guy.
And yeah, and knocked back for another 2 or 3 yard loss. So the Tigers going backwards this time on this series. And the defensive tackle, he's caught fire and excited about those couple of plays he just made.
Well, somebody's got to touch him.
Yeah, he's about to take the handoff.
Yeah, he just.
So Ivy will line them up. 3rd down, 3rd and 14. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. Here's a snap. Handoff. And he's going to be hit again. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th down, but we won't see another play as a clock strikes zeros, and the Tigers win it 41-6 over Memphis East. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have your Central Bank post-game show. That's headed your way next. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. This is a Central Bank post-game show. The Tigers win it 41-6. Let's look at the scoring for tonight's game.
Well, to open the second half, Steve, Memphis East muffs the kickoff, and Hardin County goes 2 plays, 32 yards. And Jacob Saunders, we've said his name a lot tonight, goes in from 29 yards out. That extended the Tiger lead to 41-6. And then from then on with the running clock, it went fairly quick, and there was nothing much going for either team. And after a couple of exchange punts, that is where we are at now. And Hardin County, they get another big victory, winning 41-6 over Memphis East.
Well, Kendall, in a game like this, as a coach, as players, what do you hope to learn from something like this? It seemed like a little bit in the first half we kind of went through the motions, and then we got a couple of big runs out of Saunders. And 2, you don't want to get anybody hurt either.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the biggest thing is touching on what you first said is you get to going through the motions. Well, that's dangerous because if you do this against Northside next week or you do this against Lexington, you're going to suffer from it. Maybe against East tonight, they didn't have enough enough going for them on either side of the ball to really put points on the board, and so we can't lose our focus at any point during the game. And of course, Jacob Saunders, when he's doing his thing like that, it kind of masks all the lackluster stuff that went on kind of there. Late into the first quarter, second quarter, and then, the second half kind of went by really quick. So, yeah, I think it's just being efficient, kind of what we touched on pregame. But, I mean, we can't get into these lulls because down the road, that's going to be what really bites us.
Kirk, you get a big win like this, but we had a couple of series where we didn't look real sharp, and I'm sure knowing Coach Smith like we do, that's going to be the thing he's going to point out when it comes to film study.
Yeah, I don't know. It's human nature pretty much. They won all 3 games in pretty good style, and you can tell early in a game if a team's really going to push you, and East never did present any idea that they could play with us. So, I mean, I think it's just kind of human nature to maybe let down a little bit when you're playing somebody that you're going to beat. And if we played them 10 times, we'd beat them 10 times. And so, I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal, to be honest with you. I think it's just part of what goes on in the game.
Well, big night by Jacob Saunders and also Cam Heyman as well. But Jacob, I think, 4 touchdowns on the night?
Yeah, 4 touchdowns on the night. Ran the ball very well. Just from his scoring plays, had well over 175 yards rushing. But both of our backs, I mean, we've got a really good thing going on at running back, but that's also a testament to our line play. They're playing really good right now. So we're looking forward to what we bring to the table next week because we're going to need to be we're going to be on our game.
Yeah, next week is a little bit different. Kurt Northside, like I said, it's a tough place to go over there and play because you really don't ever know kind of what you're going to get. They do have a new coaching staff. They're always loaded with talent.
Yeah, and I think it's going to help us playing, South Gibson and Giles County. Both those teams were efficient and could play. And but this is going to be Northside. And not every guy on that field played Northside every year. They're going to have a different level going to Northside. It's not going to be that. Not going to be a lull in their gameplay, against Northside.
Yeah.
They'll want that game because they know and they'll hear it all week, about playing Northside. So I think you'll get their best next week.
Yeah, it'll be a region game, and that'll get their attention as well. As the Tigers are 1-0 in the region right now, they could get a commanding lead early in the season, getting a second win, especially on the road. And then we'll have them. Then we'll be back home on the 22nd, I believe, as Pure will come into town. and then we'll go back on the road again. So it's kind of like home away, home away, home away now.
Yeah, but some back and forth. Hey, since
Yeah.
we've been doing some shout-outs, happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you so much.
A lot of people don't understand the lengths that you go for not only just WKWX, but every sports season. I know personally how much time and effort and sacrifice you put into it, and so I'm appreciative for what you do, not only for the high school, but WKWX in general, and so happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you so much. But when you get mine and Kurt's age, my birthday's not till tomorrow, so I'm hanging on one more day.
Early birthday.
Yeah, yeah, give me a cake.
Yeah. I tell you, when you get my age, it's so important. Everybody leaves you. You're just at home.
Yeah, you get that point, your wife looks over and goes, "You're drooling again."
Yeah. Close your mouth. You're driving around town with your mouth open again.
Yeah, you're an old guy now.
Yeah, really. I appreciate it, Kendall.
Yeah.
Thanks for remembering, and we'll see how much you remember tomorrow.
Yeah, you can tell when you shoot that 85 tomorrow.
Well, I hope he doesn't.
I'll know about you.
No, I don't care.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
you shot an 85.
That's okay, as long as he shoots 65. That's all that matters. When your partner's your partners.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been a good night for the Tigers. Go tonight. And it was good to have Chris Bell up here and talking with them. So congratulations to the Tigers. 41-6 over Memphis East. That'll do it for us. Remember, Coach to Coach in the morning at 8 a.m. And then me, Kurt Kendall, and Coach Smith will be in Sports Talk Studio at 9. We'll talk about tonight's game, get you set for Northside on Friday night next week. And then after that, Tennessee football kicks off at 4 p.m. right here on K93. So that's your Sports Saturday lineup. So for Clark at the station, Kurt, Kendall, Brad on the camera, I'm Steve Cornell saying so long, and we'll see you in the morning for Sports Talk at 9 a.m.